Pesachim, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Aleph. Or le'arba asar. On the night of the 14th of Nisan, which is Erev Pesach, Bodkin esa chametz, you have to check for chametz, le'or haner, using the light of a candle. The reason we check at night is because that's when most people are home, and we learned from Sukkim that you need to use a candle. It's certainly more efficient to use a candle at night. If one ends up checking in the morning, he still has to use a candle. Kol makom, any place, she'ein machnisin bo chametz, that we don't bring their chametz during the year, ein tzarach bedika, does not require checking. The Mishnah asks, V'lamra amru, so then why did the Chachamim say, Shtei shuros b'martef, that you have to check 2 rows of a wine cellar? Who brings chametz to a wine cellar? The Mishnah answers, Makom, it's a place, shemachnisim b'chametz, that we bring their chametz. What the Mishnah means is, we're discussing a specific scenario where one might bring chametz to his wine cellar. For example, if one runs out of wine during the meal, he might send his waiter down to the wine cellar to get more wine. If the waiter happens to be holding a piece of bread in his hand, he might take it down to the wine cellar and accidentally drop it there. The Mishnah now discusses the meaning of the 2 rows. Beis Shammai omrim, Beis Shammai say, Shtei shuros, the 2 rows, al penei kol hamartef, on the face of the entire wine cellar. Now what does that mean? So there's 2 explanations of what Beis Shammai might have meant. One is as follows. Imagine that you have 10 barrels of wine right next to each other. On top of them, you have another 10 barrels. On top of them, another 10 barrels, all the way up to the ceiling. Now, behind that whole row of wine barrels, you have another set of wine barrels loaded up all the way to the ceiling. Behind them, another set all the way to the ceiling, etc. So, what Beit Shammai are saying is, you have to check the entire front row, meaning when you walk into the wine cellar, all those barrels, the bottom row, the row above it, all the way up to the ceiling, plus the entire thing behind it. So 2 entire rows. The other opinion is that's the entire row that you see when you face the wine cellar when you walk in, and the entire top row that's facing the ceiling. Ubeis Hillel omrim, Beis Hillel say, Shtei shuros achitzonos, the 2 outer rows, shehein ha'alyonos, which are the upper rows. This either means that once again, when you walk into the wine cellar and you're facing all those barrels, so just the top 2 rows. In my case, so you had 10 barrels in each line, so the top 20 barrels, or it means the top 10 barrels, and then the top 10 barrels which are behind them in the second row.